Today, I'll be repairing this Pikachu 3DS XL, and also please consider subscribing as it helps out a lot to support the channel. And with that, let's move on to the video. Okay, we have a Pikachu 3DS XL here. Pause. You know, I don't know why I'm repairing this console. I'm not into Pokemon. As you guys can see, I have a giant Pokemon collection.
And that's how I became rich.
Okay, enough yapping. It is in very good condition. Fun facts about this console: the console came out in 2013 and it was very exclusive, sold in places like the Pokemon Center in Japan, and the retail price was $199 USD. But this console was most known as Nipple Pikachu. To start off, I'll flip up the console, check the condition of the screens and buttons, but we should change the top screen lens, but other than that, it looks good. Now let's power it on and see if it will turn on. Pops and closes. That generally means that there's a problem with the upper part of the console, so there's definitely an issue with the camera or speaker, so we have to disassemble the entire console, so Operation Fix Pikachu is a go. These two screws need to be loosened to pry off the back cover, like this. Now that we have removed the shell, this inner shell needs to be removed to access the motherboard. First, let's check the battery to see if it's in good condition. It looks a bit buff, but it should be okay. Now the 6 screws holding this plate needs to be removed. To lift it up, the SD card needs to be removed. Nice, a free 4GB SD card. Normally these consoles have a different 4GB SD card, but we pulled a SanDisk from the lottery. Okay, now that we have lifted up the plate, the L and R buttons need to be removed to completely disconnect the shell. Now to remove the motherboard, the Wi-Fi board, screen cables and joystick must be removed. Now that everything has been removed, we can lift up the motherboard to remove the last connections. Inspecting this motherboard, I can see it's in very good condition, no sign of liquid or circuit damage, which is a good sign. Now let's remove all the buttons, pads and screws to safely remove this inner frame. Also, this bottom screen has to come off. Nintendo uses double-sided tape to attach a bottom screen. I mean, that's why I like this console. It has such simple and efficient design. Good job, Reggie.
What's wrong with you?
Lastly, we removed the joystick, and now we can move up to removing the top shell. We have to remove 4 rubber pads by using very sharp tweezers to lift them up, and the screws under them needs to be removed. Now we can push down on the shell and lift it up. Now we can move on to disassembling the top part, but first the hinge needs to be removed. We do that by removing this black piece, and to remove the hinge we have to dash sideways with this dental pick like this. Also, speaking of Smash Bros, I did this to my friend a week ago. Yes, I didn't steal. Now these cables must be pulled out through a gap in the frame, like this. By doing this, we have successfully removed the inner frame, and we have to unscrew the speaker cable that allows us to pop out the top screen, so we roll up the cables and get them through the gap. And we can pull them out like this. By doing this, we can remove this top frame. Now let's disassemble the top screen. Now that we have separated the top screen, I want to replace this lens. It does have a few scratches, but before that I want to review the speaker cable to see if it has any tears. Oh, I can see it right there. This is the problem of the popping and turning off. If the speaker or camera has the slightest tear, the console won't work. It is pretty annoying. Now I have this cable without the speakers not soldered on, so we have to solder on the speakers. I will take my soldering iron and remove the speakers like this. You can buy speaker cables with soldered on speakers, but these are a bit cheaper and it's pretty simple to do. Now I will attach these on the new cable. I will just solder them on just like I removed them. You also have to be careful to solder them on to the correct pad, but just take the original as a reference and you'll be fine. Since I repaired the speaker, let's put everything back. But before that, I want to replace the screen lens on this top screen to make our Pikachu perfect. I will use my dental pick to get under the lens so I can pry it up. And you should be very careful not to touch the top screen. I mean, you may seriously harm the screen, and that is not fun. So I have my new screen lens, so let's install it. My technique to install it is to use this frame to my advantage. By using the exact measurements of the frame, I'll put it in the inner frame and just put it on. It should be a perfect fit on it. You should be careful not to get any dust in there. You might have to reinstall the whole lens for even the slightest dust piece. I recommend using compressed air. Like I said, a perfect fit. Now, let's be sure it sticks well. That looks perfect. Also, let's do a satisfying peel. Now, let's continue on by putting everything back. And also, while I'm putting the top part back, I want you guys to think of your favorite Pokemon 3DS variant. Type in the comments below. I would say the Charizard new 3DS. I like it because it is very rare. Maybe I'll make a series on it. Who knows? Stay tuned. Now we have to roll up these cables and push them through the sole. Like this. You can just push them out, but I like to pull it out with non-sharp tweezers like this. We also have to put the Wi-Fi antenna in after we put the cables like this. And now we flip it up and place the top screen back. Now I will attach the speaker cable back in its position. I also realized that the inner frame has a crack, so I will replace it. You can pretty much find good replacements for this frame, but the gap where I'm sliding these cables could be a bit inconsistent and the joystick could be a bit tricky to install. You have to be very careful in this stage not to tear any of the cables, because any small tear would waste our efforts. I think I got it successfully, so let's install the hinge next. You need to get your screwdriver and push down on the hinge at this angle. I will continue on by putting the buttons, bottom screen and motherboard back in place. Lastly, I will install the joystick module and screw it in. Now we can put back the outer shell by attaching the L and R buttons. Before I put back the console completely, I want to test it quick. And now let's turn it on to see if it works. There we go. It seems to be in perfect condition, so let's close it up and put it back fully. I will install the back cover the way we removed it by pushing down on it and making it perfectly level with the shell. I will also screw in everything since I didn't attach it fully to test it. Now I want to finalize some tests to confirm that it's 100% functional. First I will start with the charge port, so let's see. Yep, orange light, that works. And I want to test the game slot to be sure. I have a copy of Omega Ruby here, let's put it in. There we go. Now I can say that this Pikachu is completely fixed.